Good morning. It is a little bit different weather from the last video I filmed. Look how sunny it is today. So good, love it. So happy. I have just been doing some work this morning. It is a Friday morning and I also went for my morning walk and picked up, so British, some blackberries because it's blackberry season. When I say I picked up, I literally picked these off the bushes. So I'm gonna give them a quick clean because I'm gonna have them with my breakfast, which is very exciting. Question is, do I have a colander? Yes, I do. So I'm gonna make some brekkie and then I'm gonna do some filming for YouTube and just a few bits and bobs, and then we'll see where the day takes us. In fact, we'll see where the weekend takes us. Life has just been a bit on the fly recently. Every Monday I've basically ran off to the mountains at 5 p.m, which is about 3 hours away, and just done a camp. I did a wild camp in Haystacks last Monday, and I came down and did Helvellyn in the day. And then this week, I left here at 6 p.m, went to Snowdonia National Park and did a bivvy on glitters, which I have wanted to do for so long, and it was amazing. I just looked at the weather forecast, I was like, no, I have to go, I have to go. I'll put some pictures in, it was pretty epic. So I have been absolutely loving just doing things really randomly. I might go away this weekend. I haven't decided totally yet, just because the weather forecast for the mountains in the UK is not that great. Look how good these look. Other updates are, my skin is starting to look a little bit better. I think one of the main culprits was this pea protein powder that I was having. I think, now I've cut that out for the last few days, my skin started to clear out and I think that was the culprit, or was part of it. So it's starting to look a little bit better, touch wood. I'm gonna keep avoiding that. Other news, I got some tattoos. I've never had a tattoo in my life before, but I got 2 tattoos. First one is this one here, which is a little aeroplane. And obviously it's just down to my love of travel and adventure, but also I'm from an aviation family and I've always loved aeroplanes. Like, that's my geeky little hobby. I've probably mentioned it a couple of times, but I love it. I usually go and sit near airports. That sounds so weird. Sometimes I will sit when I live near an airport and watch the planes land, and I'll listen to the air traffic control. And I actually wanted to be an air traffic controller, and I did a tour of air traffic control in Melbourne. I looked into the courses, then I wanted to be an airplane mechanic, and basically I settled on being a PT. There we go figure, but I still love airplanes so much. And then the second thing, and this is something that I've wanted forever, because as you guys probably know, I wear an adrenaline molecule around my neck, and I never ever take this necklace off. And there is lots of reasons why I wear this around my neck. I've always said I wanted to get it tattooed onto me just because it's so special to me, and I would be so sad if I lost it. And so I finally did get it tattooed onto me, and here it is. So I have now got a kind of artistic license adrenaline molecule tattooed onto my arm, which, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. I never really thought I would be the type of person who actually would go and get a tattoo. I'm kind of in the I don't really care type place in my life. It just so happened that my younger brother was back in England from America for a couple of days, so I met him in London and we went and got tattoos, and he actually got one in the same spot, which is really nice. So it's kind of worked out perfectly. Hugo is still living his best cat life, aren't you? Maybe not so much in this heat, but he is definitely a very happy catty. Also, with the outdoor equipment, I'm gonna be getting some new exercise equipment, so that will be coming soon. So I'm actually gonna have some working space, because at the moment I have to go to the gym if I want to train, which is not a problem, but sometimes it's nice, especially with filming and stuff like that, that I have my setup in my own home. So yeah, that's pretty much all the updates for now. So while this is a vlog, I definitely have a few things that I want to cover with you guys, because there's a few things that have just been coming up in conversations recently with my friends or with clients, and I just think it's good to chat about them. And the main kind of theme of it is just things that I've done that I personally believe have just completely changed my life and have become so normal that I've forgotten how effective they were. So we're going to touch on those throughout the video. The first one I want to talk about is getting up early and having a bit more of a routine in the morning. And I know it sounds so cliche, I know it sounds so boring, but you have so many extra hours in the day if you just get up at a consistent time. What I really should work on is going to bed at a consistent time, because my bedtimes are shocking. My gaslighting Garmin absolutely hates me because I never get enough sleep. So this is kind of pot to kettle black in terms of getting up early and losing sleep, but the productivity that you get if you just get up early, get a walk in, or get something down that you do as a routine is so beneficial. To add on to that, If there's something that you want to add into your morning routine that you're kind of not really driven to do, for example, to get some steps in or go on a morning walk, I like to put something in that's a bit of a reward as a part of that. So for me, we all know I love coffee. I love it so much. And actually where I live now, I don't go to a takeaway coffee shop, but when I was living in Nottingham city centre, I had a Pret coffee subscription, and I would go to Pret, and that would kind of be my reward for getting up and going out in the morning. I would actually genuinely look forward to going to bed so I could wake up and go on my walk and then get a coffee. That's kind of how deep I got into it. And now I take a coffee with me on my walk. So for me, I know if I get out of bed and go on my walk, I look forward to being able to drink my coffee. But that being said, it's now become such a normal habit that I can't really imagine my life without going for a walk in the morning. So there's a little, hopefully, life hack for you, that give yourself a bit of a reward or a bit of a reason to do something, and it will make it a lot easier to do it. Anywho, it's 11:10, so I definitely am overdue some breakfast. And on the topic of coffee, let's make a coffee too.
Much later.
All right, that is my working day pretty much done. It is now, what time is it? 5:15, and I'm gonna quickly head over to see my parents. This is not really a life hack or life-changing thing. However, spending quality time with people that you care about is something that probably did change my life. Like actually carving out the time and making sure that I do go and spend time with them has been really, really important, because I used to be kind of like a bit of a workaholic. Basically, I had zero work-life balance, and it took the straw nearly breaking the camel's back for me to change, and boy, is there a big difference now. I do really try to prioritize having good quality time with my best friends, my family, and also some good time by myself quite a lot, just because it makes such a difference and it makes me so much more productive and generally much more content. And also, we're a long time dead, you know, in the blink of an eye, we're gonna be sitting there, hopefully old, looking back and thinking, like, what was my life full of? What were the good memories? Where did I spend my time? And I want to remember spending time with loved ones, getting to know them, and having good memories. So I'm gonna go and quickly see my parents for a coffee, and then the plan is I'm going to head to the gym and do a little bit of a lower body workout, because it's a Friday night, and that's what I like to do on a Friday night. This is what it's like being in your 30s. Exciting times, guys, exciting times. I also have my mum's sunglasses, which she left here the other day, so I'm gonna go return those to her. And I may partake in a biscuit or two. So let's get on the road. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. I have been absolutely craving doing some baking for a few weeks now, and I finally have a little bit of time to be able to do it. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm even going to put on my apron, which makes me fully legit baker. Okay, nothing can go wrong when you're wearing an apron, surely. So the recipe I'm going to be making today is some chocolate banana bread. Never used this website, never used this recipe. It's from Two Peas and Their Pod. The reason I'm making it is because I have some bananas that are very ripe for banana bread, and I fancy doing something different. So I'm gonna make this and just see how it turns out. I don't actually know if I have all the ingredients, because all of my ingredients got destroyed when I moved. I had some treacle in the bag and it completely spilled all over the ingredients. So basically I had to decant everything into here, and me, being me, didn't label anything. So I have to guess, I think this is baking soda and I think this is plain flour, but I could be wrong. And also some packed light brown sugar, which I don't have, I only have this. So we're just gonna freestyle it, just exactly what you shouldn't do when you're baking, and see how it turns out. And also chocolate chips. I couldn't find any decent chocolate chips, so I just bought dairy milk. I'm gonna cut it up and see how that goes. So wish me luck. Whatever happens though, it doesn't matter, because baking and handstands are like my therapy. At the very least, it'll be relaxing. Of course, going for Zach Bryan, because I can't get enough. Okay, here goes. Let's hope this is plain flour and not self-raising. Hella chunky chocolate chips, but we are here for it. Oh my gosh, that recipe came out so good. Fortunately, it's not dairy free, so I can't actually eat a lot of it, but I just had a little mouthful. It tasted pretty damn phenomenal. I will try and pop the link down below if you want to try and, not making sense. I will pop the link down below if you want to try and make it yourself. I would totally recommend. I'll have to get Josh's opinion on it. He'll be able to have a full slice, but from what I had, delicious, definitely try it. Anyway, now I've got that out of my system, I'm going to crack on and do a little bit of work before I go to the gym. And that kind of leads me on nicely to another one of my top tips of habits that changed my life. Hello, there you are, I'll pop you there. Another habit that changed my life is to do some form of movement every day. And I know I've been yapping on about this for years and years, but honestly, it is so beneficial to get some movement in. I think that's the best word I can think of. It's just really beneficial to get some movement in every day. The thing is that it actually doesn't matter what that movement looks like. Some days I will just go for a walk and I will just get my steps in. And some days it will be a gym session, some days it's a long old climbing session, some days it's hiking, some days it's handstands. Like, it's so varied. I kind of just wake up and I'm like, what do I fancy doing today? And that approach takes any anxiety or stress or the need for like motivation to push it out of the equation, and instead I can just do what feels natural to my body, but also enjoy it. And it's such a huge stress reliever. It's something that clears my mind. So if I'm ever stressed or I'm worried or I'm confused about something or I'm trying to think through an idea, I'll just go for a walk. And honestly, even if you take no phone, no podcast, no audiobook, nothing, and just think while you're walking, you just it clears your mind so well. This is one of the reasons why I love going to the mountains so much. Honestly, it makes such a big difference. But getting some form of movement in is so good, whether it's because of socialization, whether you're doing it alone. I probably wouldn't hesitate to say that 9.99999 times recurring out of 10, I've done some form of movement. I have felt better afterwards. It's always one of those things I bargain with myself. I say, go and do something, whether it's just get out the door, get to the gym, do a couple of handstands, do your warm up. And if you still really don't want to be there doing what you're doing, then go home, leave it, call it a day. But so often that's not going to be the case, and you're gonna be like, well, I'm here now, I might as well do something, and then you'll feel better afterwards, or you'll meet someone, or you'll chat to somebody, or like there's so many different things. Anyway, we really don't need to be blabbing on about this point, but getting movement into your day, whatever it looks like, moving your body, stretching, breathing in some fresh air, getting some daylight into your eyeballs, like anything like that is such a game changer. But on that note, I'm gonna go sit at my desk and do some work. So I need to grab my laptop, which is up here somewhere, and Josh is upstairs in the study, so I might just sit down here because he's on a meeting and do some work down here with my coffee and avoid trying to eat a whole loaf of banana bread, which is gonna be hard because it looks so delicious. But my skin can't handle it. Like, my skin is still, it got better for a few moments last week when what did I do? That's really confusing me. There was definitely something that I did which cleared up my skin a little bit. It wasn't coffee. That's gonna really annoy me. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one. Time to go and do some work. Whoa, what is going on with my hair? It's looking a little bit crazy. I'll down my coffee, 1 second. Much better. Okay, so it is Thursday evening. The chocolate banana bread recipe was such a hit that I'm currently making another batch of it. I'm actually making actually, it's 3 times the original amount, because tomorrow, this won't be in this video, but tomorrow I am going down to Snowdonia because I am hosting a hiking weekend for girls. So this is a part of my other business. I haven't really spoken about it too much, but it's called Made Wild, and the idea of it is just to create community, help people make friendships, and mainly get women outdoors and learning skills and adventuring and just doing cool things that they maybe have felt that they couldn't do because they couldn't access the outdoors, they didn't have the knowledge, they don't have the background, the experience, they don't know the right people, whatever it might be. Just opening it up to everybody, because as I have found, I only found the outdoors later on in life when I was about 30, and it has just become my absolute passion, dream, hobby, love. I just absolutely love it. I escape to the mountains all the time. I want to be able to make that happen for other women. So that being said, I'm hosting this weekend, and it kind of ties in nicely with the next habit that really changed my life, and that is to show thanks and show gratefulness to other people, which sounds a little bit random and a little bit rogue, but honestly, when you start doing it, it's so fulfilling. You get something out of it and they get something out of it. So whether it's just giving somebody a random compliment when you walk past them, or giving them a compliment in the shop when they serve you, completely changes their demeanor, or it changes their day. So you never really know how powerful it can be just to say thank you, or to show appreciation, or just say something nice to someone. So any opportunity I have to do that, I try to do that. And that is why I'm sitting here with a bag full of things, and also why I'm baking banana bread, because I want to make some little goodie bags for everybody coming to the weekend, this weekend. So I've got about 16 girls coming. So first up, I'm gonna write some individual thank you cards and just personalize them. In a card, I'm gonna put some stickers, which are the stickers for my company, which is this here. Ooh. So it's Made Wild Adventures for Girls. So I'm gonna put some stickers in there. And then I'm gonna kind of try and theme the goodie bag as hiking essentials, like little things that you probably don't realize that actually are useful when you're hiking. So the first thing I'm gonna put in is some tissues. I know for sure, I very quickly realized that tissues are so incredibly useful to have when you're on the mountain or when you're traveling. Mainly if you need to have a wee, but also your nose constantly seems to run, even in summer when you're hiking. So just having tissues is useful for you or for other people. So they're getting a packet of tissues each, and I'm gonna put some treats in there as well. Now, I have lots of different dietary requirements coming to the weekend. So I've got some people who are vegan, some girls who are gluten-free, some that are vegetarian, and some that don't have any nutritional preferences. So I've got a big combination of different foods and treats, and I'm going to have to very carefully make sure that I put the right ones in the right bags. But to give you an idea of what I've got, Haribo Tanfastic, Biscoff biscuits, protein bars or little energy bars, some mini Oreos. Got the banana bread in the oven as well. So I'm gonna have that to greet the girls. And then I've also got some bracelets that I'm gonna put in. Let me go and grab them and I will show you. So these are the bracelets. The company is called Loci, and I nearly always have one on my wrist. And I just quite like them because the idea is they come in all different colors. They have a theme or a charity each month that they do them for. And they have 2 beads on them. So they have a black one here, and then they have a white one here. Now they say that this contains mud from the bottom of the Dead Sea, and this contains water from Everest. That's what they say. I don't know. But it's more the theory that I kind of like. So the concept is that you can go through the highest highs and also the lowest of lows, but they will always balance each other out. And I just really like that. It's just a nice little reminder. So I'm gonna put one of those in each goodie bag as well. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna drink my coffee and spend a little bit of time doing this. It's like 9:10. And I'll be heading off tomorrow morning. I still haven't eaten dinner, so I need to eat dinner after this, but I'm gonna crack on with this. And that leads me very nicely onto the last point that I was going to make. So it feels really weird because I feel like I've kind of just filmed this entire video in this kitchen, which is happening a lot. So I will try and be a bit more varied in my filming locations in future videos. However, my last point is, and this one literally changed my life, and that is turning notifications off on my phone. I'd briefly spoken about this before. I originally did this in the first lockdown because my phone used to bing and light up and flash all the time, and I turned off every single notification on my phone. So the only ones that I get are when my clients message me or when my clients do a workout. Other than that, I don't get any notifications, and it has been life-changing. So much so that I've completely forgotten that it even exists to have notifications on. And when I'm with other people and their phone is on the table and it's constantly binging and lighting up, even I get so distracted. And I remember when I used to have notifications on, I used to feel that compulsion to want to check it. And if I was in a situation where I couldn't check it or it would be rude, it was constantly on my mind. So I felt like I was never fully present. But I also just felt like my attention was always taken away from me constantly. So off the notifications went, and honestly, it's been game changing. I would never go back to having notifications on because it just means that I can concentrate and be present so much more. And honestly, if you took anything from this video, I would 100% recommend just trying turning off some of your notifications and just seeing how much of a difference it makes. Because I'm not being dramatic, but it may just change your life. And on that note, I'm going to leave you beautiful people, and I'm going to crack on with all of this work. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you have the most beautiful day. I will see you in the next video. Bye!